Hello YouTube, this is my Dinomorphia deck list for the Genesys format. So I wanted to get this video out there. Even though I haven't played too much of the format, I do like building decks, and I wanted to get this video out there mostly as a way to archive what people, or at least what I was doing when the format was new, and so we can look at it in the future and see where we went wrong or what we got right, for example. But yeah, Dinomorphia is a deck that I really enjoy in the TCG, maybe not so much in Master Duel, but I think that it could work. So without that, I have arranged the cards in a way that makes sense for me to explain. And so let's get started. So first of all, Dinomorphia, Thrivisia, and Diplos, those are mandatory. You need them to fuse with them. Some people run 1 Diplos, some people run 3. I prefer 2, but you could make either of those work as well. Pot of Duality is a natural inclusion in this deck, because we don't special summon on our turn, we special summon on our opponent's turn, and so this can be a really good way to get consistency. Also remember, Pot of Prosperity costs points, which is important. Pot of Greed costs points, Pot of Desires costs points, all of the pots cost points. So this is one of our only ways to get consistency, but it's fine, this is a really good card. We have 3-year Breach Fusion. If you play anything less, you're criminal. It is what it is, I don't make the rules. We are playing 2 intact. Those cost 1 point, which is kind of important because, I mean, you will see what we play later, but right now we're at 100 points, so 2 intact is all we can manage. But people have been playing 2 intact in the TCG, even without the Genesys cap, so this is okay. We are playing 2 Alert. Alert is a really good card, especially in the format where, we only have 1 Rexstorm, so we can like revive Rexstorm if something happens to it. I mean, yeah, it's a really good card. Also, in the end phase, it makes you go plus. You revive a Thrivisia and a Diplos, you set a card, send a card, and on your turn you have a rank 4 when you're not locked. So, really good card. Honestly, considering pumping this to 3, but I think that this might be too bricky. Brute is a card that traditionally has been a 0 or a 1 in the TCG, but I do like 2, and I will explain to you why. We only have 1 Rexstorm again, and Brute is really good card. It is a non-target destroy that makes you go plus if you destroy one of your Thrivisias or Diplos, or maybe Kentreginas. And this allows you to play on like a different axis. When you lose your Rexstorm, you don't have to just concede and go next, because another game plan that you can have is Kentregina just copying Brute, and that is also backed by the rest of your cards, and so that can be really good. Next up, we've got Sonic. This is a searchable spell and trap negate, counter trap. It is not the best, but of course we do what we must. This is, I think it's necessary, but you could cut it if you don't see too many spells and traps. The archetypal, quote-unquote card, Ferret Flames. This is not hit. This is free, and this is also one of the reasons why you might want to consider playing Dinomorphia. This card is custom. It makes your opponent shuffle all of the monsters back into their deck. So this is really good, and we are playing 3 copies, and we're also playing 3 Trap Trick, which allows us to search not just Ferret Flames, but we can also search our fusion spells. We can search Alert in the end phase, we can search Brute to pop a card, so Trap Trick is a good addition as well. I would like to play only 2, because this card is really fake engine, by the way. If this is your only way to access your engine, your chances of winning are very low, but they are not 0. So this can sometimes allow you to play the game when you couldn't play the game otherwise. So we are playing this at 3, and that's pretty much it. We are also playing more targets, we'll see later. But we are also playing Iron Thunder. Again, we don't have Solemn Judgment. The Solemn cards, if you go over here, right, Solemn, all of them cost money. So we could play 1 Judgment or like 1 Strike or whatever, but realistically speaking, that is not the most efficient way to spend your last 7 points, for example, on 1 Judgment. So I really don't want to play the Solemn spells, and instead we can make the deck work in other ways. So that's why we are not playing Solemn. We have Iron Thunder, as our kind of solemn judgment, budget solemn judgment, and we have Debunk as our budget solemn strike. Solemn strike has traditionally been used to negate Ash Blossom in this deck, just like intact, but Debunk also, of course, solemn strike is way better, but Debunk can be really good if you hit like archetypal cards of your opponent. What I'm thinking is something like Garunix. I don't know if Fire King is playable, and again, if this doesn't hit anything in the format, you might want to consider taking it out, but I remember in the TCG once I hit someone's Garunix in Fire King, and that's a one-off, and that was gone permanently from the game. So again, this can hit Ash Blossom, and this can hit other cards in the hand or a graveyard, so this is really good, and it is a counter trap, so your opponent cannot negate this. Unfortunately, it can't hit things on the field, but Iron Thunder is there for it. And it is also not once per turn, right? So if we draw multiples, we don't really mind, so we can max out on this. Now, next up, we are playing 2 Ice Dragon Prison. We are playing 2 Terrors of the Overroot. Yeah, Terrors of the Overroot. And we are playing 3 Arias. Now, Arias has not been the greatest idea in this deck, traditionally in the TCG, because even though Rexterm on turn 0 sounds funny, you're putting all of your eggs in one basket. So, like, if this gets ashed, and you bring it out with Arias on your opponent's turn, you're starting your turn with 4 cards in hand. It's already really bad to go second, but starting with 4 cards is a death sentence. And so, but here we don't have I don't expect many people to play Ash Blossom, and besides that, we don't have to use our points or sorry, we don't have to use our Arias on Frenzy or Domain. We can. That's why we're playing Terrors of the Overroot and Ice Dragon Prison. That can be an interruption. Or we can use it on Trap Trick to, you know, set something, or we can just set something and wait for the next turn, right? See what our opponents do and wait for the next turn. We don't have to activate the card, right? And yeah, this is fine. I think that this is okay in this format specifically. That's why we're playing those 2 sets of cards, by the way, so we can have enough targets for Arias. And I think that this is okay, because keep in mind, we don't have too many points, and so our options for playing defensive cards are limited. So I think that this, in this deck, it makes sense to run it. So yeah, for the extra deck, we are playing 3 Kentregina, again, important card. 1 Rexterm because it costs 91, the Big Daddy, 3 Airplane, and now here we are playing, wait, hold on. We are playing the 2 Evolzars, wrong order, lol. We are playing the 2 Evolzars. Some people might play just one of them. I don't know which one is better. Both serve a different role, right? So you can bring out whichever one you feel like you need in the game. Raider's Knight, Arc Rebellion for OTKs. This can be really, really good because it negates every single monster on the field. And if you have a Kentregina, this has 4,000 attack, so this is already like a 4,000 attack big guy, big chungus. Oh, sorry, this. Like, it can make OTKing like much easier. Usually, the way you bring this is you have 2 level 4s, right? And you can get to level 4s easily with Dinomorphia Alert, and our extra deck is pretty loose, right? So it doesn't really matter what we play here, but I think those would be a really good inclusion. And this is where we spend the rest of our points. So Elder Entity Entis costs 7. Which we use with Ultimate Slayer, spoiler alert, in the side deck. And I think that this is the best way to get the most mileage out of your 7 points, because the rest of the cards that cost 1, 2, or 3, or 4, or 5, or whatever, you can only play 1. Whereas if you play Entis and you play Ulti Slayer, now you have 7 points, but it is spread over 3 cards. So that is why I'm choosing this. And also our extra deck is, again, like, we don't really mind about the extra deck, so yeah, I'm choosing to play this, but that is a good segue to go to the side deck. We are playing 3 Lava Golem. Again, this is a really good card because first of all, for side decking, Pot of Duality is really weak going second, because if your opponent knows what you're doing, they have like a negate, not like Baron, but like a negate that comes up every single turn, a spell negate. They can negate your Pot of Duality, or like deal with your Pot of Duality, because they know that you're not gonna do anything else for the rest of the turn, right? You've played Pot of Duality, so they negate this, and then you go -1, and then when you set cards, they are going to negate like 1 more of your cards, and that will be a tragedy, because you're playing now with 4 cards in hand, pretty much. But yeah, and also, you cannot special summon the turn you activate Pot of Duality. So usually, when you're side decking, you want to side Lava Golem instead of Duality, and that is pretty much free. We are playing Lord of the Heavenly Prison, 4 matchups where we need to go second, but our opponents have like a lot of pops. So this will allow us to see the light of turn 3. Then we have 3 Cosmic Cyclone for decks that need Cosmic Cycloning. This is a really bad top deck, by the way. I would like to not have to play this, but unfortunately we don't have too many other options. And you can see that I got a little bit desperate for the rest of the side deck. But Ulti Slayer, I think this is a really good card. Depends on the meta, of course, but this cannot be responded, and we can always send either Garura, so we go +0 for this, and remove one of the guys, and they cannot respond with monsters, right? So that's fine. And the last card is Dark Ruler No More. I don't know why I put this there. We literally what's it called? We ran out of ideas. I mean, this could see like some play if they have like a card that pops or something like that, but I literally ran out of ideas. We've got all of the cards cost points, right? So it's either we play like a Saki like card, but I don't think like anything else would be better than this. Maybe we can play like a normal trap that is good for going first or going second with Arias. Maybe that could be a good idea. But for now, this is all I've got. But yeah, I think that this deck is really good, and I really like the inclusion of Arias. Again, I haven't played too much with this deck, but I wanted to get this out mostly for archiving purposes. I'm not saying that this is like good or anything or meta. I just wanted to get this out there because we get a new format, right? And again, as is natural, it's a new format. The meta hasn't developed yet, and so this is the perfect opportunity to try to, build your pet deck and try things out with your pet deck. And, I'm a big fan of Dinomorphia, so do this as you will. If you have any more suggestions, feel free to let them down and leave them in the comments below. I will read everything. And, but yeah, that's about it. Have a good day, guys. Peace. Bye-bye.